Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil, and I recently talked about how Scoop Up Net was going to be banned from Expanded. I don't know the exact timing as of when I'm recording this. I didn't know the other day when I made the announcement. I'm guessing it's when Paldean Fates becomes live in live. Sorry for the bad wordplay there. But that's Thursday, the January 25th. That's when I expect it to be. So I want to take advantage of this little window. We have Scoop Up Net and play it. Scoop Up Net, if you're not familiar with it, it rotated a year ago out of standard. You put one of your Pokemon that isn't a V or a GX and put it into your hand. That means it can take Scoop Up any single prize Pokemon, including Radiance, which is fine, but it can also then, the reason why it's problematic is it can scoop up EX Pokemon, both the new lowercase EXs as well as the older uppercase EXs. Those are problems with it. Now, the older uppercase EXs aren't playable in expanded live beta because it's a truncated form, but the new, obviously, the new EXs are. And in particular, Iron Valiant with its Tachyon bits, we can scoop that up. And every time it switches from the bench to the active, when you switches from the bench to the active, you put 2 damage counters on the opponent's one of their Pokemon. Now, you can't, once you use the ability, you can't use the ability again that turn unless we scoop it up and then it resets. So now, besides the potential of 4 Iron Valiant in play, we can utilize 4 Scoop Up Nets to go from a pot max of 80 damage to 160 damage. And we also have Super Scoop Up, and I'll get into these other cards. So what it does is you can play a really aggressive Donk deck, which quite frankly is not fun to play against. And I'm glad that the card's being banned because Donk isn't very fun to play against. What happens is you want to go first usually, and you just make a whole lot of actions on your first turn. It may be a 5-minute turn. Your opponent just sits there, and then they knock you out for game, or they don't win that turn. They just quit the game at that point. So, which isn't real fun. So I will say, I feel kind of bad. I feel kind of dirty playing this deck because it's a very degenerate deck. It really is bad for the format. But hey, we have a week left or so. The time is limited when we can play it, so I want to play it, and we can take a look at why they are banning Scoop Up Net. So, as I said, Iron Valiant, we're not attacking with it. We do have an attacker. We can even attack if we go first on turn 1, so we'll get to that. But Iron Valiant, with its ability Tachyon bits, put 2 damage counters when it moves from bench to active, and if either of your opponent benches multiple low HP Pokemon, we can take multiple knockouts on a turn. That is good. What else do we play in the deck? We have a number of setup Pokemon. They're all one-ofs except for this Iron Valiant. I maybe should adjust some of the counts. Mew EX plays 1 copy of that. It gives free retreat, so it's a nice starter if you have it. In the restart ability, you can draw until you have 3 cards in hand once per turn. I might want a second copy of Mew EX. That's probably the one to copy. All right. Squawkabilly EX, because this is a turbo deck. We're just trying to get everything going. Turn 1, wipe out all our opponent's board. Ideally, 1 Pokemon we could hit through 1 high HP Pokemon if we need to, or work through several small ones. So Squawkabilly EX, Squawk and Seize. You discard your hand, draw 6 cards on your first turn. So very good in a deck like this. We're looking to set up. And of course, we can scoop up Squawkabilly after we played it down, get it out of the way. That's useful there. We play Dedenne-GX, very powerful card that's rotated for the Dedenne change ability when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, so you don't use the same thing with Crobat. They're on play effects, so you don't use Battle VIP Pass or Nest Ball to get them in play. You'll be sad because it won't work, but you may discard your hand and draw 6 cards on play. So the same thing as Squawkabilly EX. It's on play, which of course Nest Ball wasn't format during that time. It was Quick Ball, which therefore it had some synergy with it. And again, only useful, but it can be used any turn. So that's a big difference where Squawkabilly is only on your first turn. Okay, so that's a good setup card. So we can discard, draw 6, discard, draw 6. We have Crobat to draw till we have 6 cards on hand. Sorry, I tried to remember Crobat V with its Dark Acid ability. When you play it from hand, draw the F6 cards in hand, so that's good there. Again, we're just making things happen. And then we have an attacker. We actually have 2 potential attackers depending on weakness. We play 1 copy of Pheromosa-GX. It has for 1 grass energy, does fast raid, does 30 damage, and if you go first, you can use this attack on your first turn. So that's not much of a 30 damage after a bunch of pinging on it, can take the knockout, and we actually have multiple ways to boost the damage. So that is nice, and it is a grass Pokemon, so that weakness, of course, is something we pay attention to. And we play a fighting attacker, also Marshadow-GX, which I've played in a few different decks, which lets us hit for fighting weakness by copying Pheromosa-GX's attack, because Marshadow-GX has the Shadow Hunt ability. It can use the attacks of any basic Pokemon in your discard pile. You still need the necessary energy to use that attack. So those are our attackers. What's the energy situation? 1 grass energy. Probably should have a 2nd copy of grass. I've gone really aggressive in the switching, though, and made sacrifices for sure in that process. And then 1 beast energy. Now, the beast energy, Pheromosa is a beast Pokemon, Ultra Beast Pokemon, so it works with that. You can't use it with Marshadow because that's not an Ultra Beast. But beast energy, what does it do? It provides colorless energy. While this card is attached to an Ultra Beast, it provides every type of energy, but provides only 1 energy at a time. So it provides the grass energy we need. And then the attacks of the Ultra Beast, this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So we can attack for 60 damage on the Pheromosa-GX. So there we go with that. So just helping us win turn 1 there. We have a bunch of switching cards. So we have Switch Cart, 4 copies of that, 4 copies of Escape Rope, 4 Scoop Up Nets, and 4 basic Switch cards. And then what we also play, which is, and I said 4 Scoop Up Nets, right? I don't know. Well, you know what? I said that the intro. If not, you can't scoop up your Vs or your GXs, so just keep that in mind. Then we play Super Scoop Up, which can scoop up any Pokemon, but you have to flip a coin. If heads, then you put a Pokemon and all cards attached into your hand. So 4 copies, you have to flip a coin, so maybe 2 switches off that. So that is also very nice as well. We do play 1 supporter in the deck, which is Beauty, because if you go first, and we want to go first, you may play this card during your first turn. So you just draws 2 cards. That's a very terrible supporter, right? Hop gets made fun of as a supporter that draws 3. It's really not terrible, but it's not. There are better options generally. But Beauty only draws 2, but you can use it your first turn going first. So super awesome there. All right, what else do we have in the deck? 4 Trekking Shoes. You know what it does. Look at the top card of your deck. You can put it in hand, or you may discard it. Just turboing through the deck. That is what this is all about. I'll jump down Acro Bike, which is kind of the older version of Trekking Shoes. 4 copies of that as well. Here you look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put 1 into your hand, and then you discard the other. I think it's better than Trekking Shoes if I only could choose 1, just because you get the knowledge of the 2 cards, but you have to discard 1. So for some decks, it's better. With Trekking Shoes, you don't have to discard a card if you don't want to. All right, Hisuian Heavy Ball, 2 copies, because I'm playing all these 1-ofs and I want to get things set up. So look at your face-down prize cards, put a basic Pokemon into your hand, put this Heavy Ball back into the prizes, shuffle, put them back, so it lets us get these set-up Pokemon that we need. Getting Pokemon, we have 4 Quick Ball, and we have 3 Battle VIP Pass, and I think we got... I guess that's it. Okay, 4 Quick Ball and 3 Battle VIP Pass. We're going aggressive in the deck though, so usually that's not a problem. 2 copies of PokéStop. It's a lot of items, so it is good in the deck, right? Obviously, there's tools in our Pokemon that we're sad to lose, but all in all, I think it's worth the risk, right? Because these item cards, right? You discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Any items go back into your hand, so very good there. We'll play a few. Let me see anything else before I hit the tools. Nope, then just the tools left. We play 1 Forest-Seal Stone, right? You search for any 1 card as long as it's attached to a V Pokemon, and we play Crobat V, so that will gives us a V-Star power. We play Choice Belt. This does 30 more damage to your opponent's GX or EX Pokemon, capital EX, that's the capital EX, which aren't in the live expanded beta, but Pokemon GX are certainly a thing. Doing 30 or more damage helps us finish things off if need be. Also, then we play 1 copy of Choice Belt, 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon V. get boosted damage there. And then we play 1 copy of Vitality Band. You do 10 more damage to any type of Pokemon. So just trying to get the numbers to where we need it to take the knockout. So that's the list. There's some adjustments that can be made. Like I said, additional grass energy. You could maybe cut some switching cards to make it a little more consistent. I've leaned in super heavy on the switching, I will say. Maybe 1 or 2 more Pokemon, like an extra copy of probably the Mew EX I might do, because Mew has free retreat and we can scoop it up, right? So having a Pokemon that you can scoop up in the active to start the game is a good thing. But that's the list, and let's take a look, see what it can do, and I think it should become clear why Scoop Up Net was banned from Expanded. All right, let's see what happens here. I was trying to do this earlier, and I just kept getting paired into other Donk players, which wasn't fun. In fact, it's twofold. It's also, so I get to go first. That's awesome. Hopefully okay, starting a Pokemon. I have net and stuff. Okay, this isn't bad at all. Acro Bike. All right, it's a nice start to the game. So path. Okay, so it's a not a donk deck, and hopefully we make it happen here. So right, I don't feel good about this. It's I don't mind milling. I don't mind control decks. I don't mind stall. I don't mind mill. But somehow playing donk, I just feel bad about it. I just don't feel good. I gotta say. And oh no, they have a 30 HP Pokemon. They've essentially lost to start with, right? I think I have game already. Actually, I have game. That's rough. That is rough. I mean, unless my other 3 Iron Valiants are prized. 2 of them are prized, though. Wow. Okay, I almost couldn't have. I mean, I could have attacked turn 1 too, but so I will switch. It's just horrible. Oh, it's just I scoop up net and I swing you in, and that's game. So sorry, Magikarp, you did not do anything. Well, you're not supposed to, right? You're supposed to evolve, but you can't. Look, hopefully soon, Scoop Up Net's banned. I wouldn't be doing it except they announced the ban, so it's like, all right, I got to give it a try because I hadn't played Iron Valiant Donk. It's just not a good thing for the game. Anyway, so there we go. That's 1 game. Ouch to my opponent. Sorry. That's all I can say. All right, so let's see what happens this game. The last game was as bad a start for my opponent as it could have been. I went first. They started 30 HP Pokemon. Basically, it almost didn't matter, And the way this deck is, it's got so many pieces to turbo and set up. The odds of my not being able to win were almost non-existent. I could have just attacked, too, possibly. So, going first, good. Yep, good. Chose the right thing there. Usually you want to go first because you want to set up. This game, you want to go first because you want to take out your opponent. All right, we're each mulligan, taking a mulligan. So we'll see what we each have. So that's not a starter I am happy about because obviously he's... The good thing is, no, I can't even scoop him up. I can super scoop up it, though. That is... Okay, they only got 1 Pokemon down, so that's really nice. They're weak to me too now, right? So, no, but I have to get the Pheromosa in the discard pile, right? So, what do I want here? I guess I better get the Mew. I don't like losing the Switch, but I don't know what I'm going to get here, right? Right now, I think I better take him. I just don't know here. Okay, so I'm going to make this play. I'm going to super scoop. I hope I can get the Crobat up, right? I have two chances to hit heads. All right, got heads. First try. That's good. Oh, not. I was almost wanted to take the Mew because I wanted to slide him forward, and that would have been very, very bad, right? So I guess I better bench him. I think I need to do a little bit of maneuvering here, right? Just get him into the active. Let me get my Mew back, and now I'll Crobat. I think I get enough cards now to make something happen. All right, I need a Pokemon though. Dedenne, all right, Dedenne is good. Oh, okay, so Battle VIP Pass is not happening. All right, well this is not a great start, I gotta say. Because I mean, okay, get this. If I hit heads, I'll use this. Get rid of. I'll get rid of this, I guess, because I might wanna. I'm not sure what I want to do here actually. Okay, so now that gives me game. I'm pretty sure, right? So let me just grab an Iron Valiant. I just need one, really. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't have. So I'll make my retreat now. And I think I'm going to come up slightly short. But that's all right. There's worse things in the world than that, right? Send up the Mew. Actually, I have. Yeah, this is going pretty well, though, right? Might as well try this guy with the heads. All right, failed. Send up the Mew, and actually, I'll draw the cards with the Mew too. You know, this is the thing. This is why now I'm just doing this. I will see 2 cards here, which might be enough to win the game here. All right, I'm gonna get down another Iron Valiant, which gets me. Which I just need a switch card now, right? 1 switch card, and I have game. That's all I need. So I with all these cards, yeah, the odds were I was going to hit what I needed with those 6 cards, and that gives me game. And sorry, you know, and I took 3.5 minutes to do that, which isn't great. That's part of the bad thing about Donk is your opponent's just sitting there doing nothing for too long, and then they get donked. Or if they don't get donked, you usually end up conceding the game. So, well, there we go. 2 for 2 with getting the donks so far. All right, let's see how things go here. Just had a game where things didn't work out well. I'm not sure if I played everything perfectly either. But they benched 2 Pokemon. One was an Eternatus V. I could hit it for weakness, but I'm gonna bench the Pheromosa. Pheromosa. It's the question is what do they have for weakness, right? He can do. I can get the Beast Energy attached though potentially, right? Potentially, I have Forest Seal Stone, so that's nice because that will get me the Beast Energy if I get my Pokemon. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. He's weak to grass. Oh, that is brutal for them. That is brutal. So that's a awesome get too. So Squawkabilly goes down. I'm gonna want to bench a V. All right, let's see what we have here though. I'm gonna say no. I want to get some Poke. All right, well that's good. I think. What am I gonna do here? My 1V is. All right, so I'm gonna bench the Crobat. That's part of what I'm gonna do here, right? Gonna bench Crobat. Who can I scoop up? Oh, I can scoop up the Squawkabilly, right? So I want to thin things out. Some, I guess, huh? 1, 2. So I'm gonna pull 3 cards here. All right, I'm gonna be greedy. I would have, because I got up. Unfortunately, I have to attach the tool to the Crobat. Okay, well that's good. All right, I want, you know, I'd really love to get down a Obviously, Iron Hands. That's what I really need here. That's all right. That's very nice. Okay, so I can get rid of PokéStop. Start spreading the damage. That's what I need to do here. Play you down. Scoop you up. Promote you. Start pinging. I'm gonna bench you. I'm gonna scoop up the Iron Valiant too, right? Because I'll send up the Pheromosa. I need to retreat him out before I'm done. Bench you. Bench the Dedenne. I've still got Squawkabilly. I've still got Forest Seal Stone. All right. Well, that's awesome. Awesome. All right. Let's see what's prized. Yeah, I'll grab you. Okay. So, how much damage am I doing here? Now I can grab my tool. Oh, right. So he's pretty close to getting the knockout. So I'll Beauty Cram-o-matic. So I will switch into you. Let me, I'm going to grab the tool. Right, Choice Belt, which I think 30, 60, I'm pretty sure I have it now, 30, 60, 90. So I should have, so this should give me gain. So I have the donk now with the attack, right? I attack I do 180, which is tremendous, right? Attacking first turn, going first, which you're not supposed to attack normally. And I'm able to do 180. Now, that obviously worked out awesome, right? So, hey, there we go. Got the donk again with the attack that time, which I knocked out a multi-prize Pokemon. I feel a little better, right? When I knocked out like the Magikarp, but that just felt terrible, right? It's just like, oh, I just felt, it's like. Just crush. I feel like I'm crushing some little kid's dream or something in the process. I probably not, but it just doesn't feel good. Having to work a little bit there, but again, weakness is huge. The energy and all. So there we go. Look, the donk. It's too easy to do this. Look, you don't win all the time, but you're gonna win when you go first. You're gonna win a lot more than you lose, for sure. Now. All you can do after that is attack with Pheromosa or Machamp for like 30 or 60 damage. So you're not getting very far after that, right? Which is also part of the problem. You win on your first turn or you quit. So it's very unhealthy for the game. I really wish that they would just errata Scoop Up Net and just make it all rule box Pokemon. I think to do that, they'd have to reprint it. But I like Scoop Up Net for single prize Pokemon, honestly. And I would just make it for all rule box. I don't think it's a bad thing that it doesn't work with Radiant Pokemon. That's probably a good thing too. But I think for your other single prize Pokemon, like the Reggie's deck, it partly worked because of Scoop Up Net. I don't feel it was broken in any way. I think with the EXs, both lowercase and uppercase, it's too powerful. It makes sense. Hopefully someday they errata it. But in the meantime, yes, it needs to be banned. And I will miss you for decks like Inteleon. Decks are legit. But yeah, it needs to go for all of our safety and protection. Take care.